Welcome to this review by Mega Train Lover. Today we are having a look at a locomotive today, as it says there, and it's a Thomas and Friends locomotive by Hornby. Now, you can tell that the locomotive or engine is not in the packaging because I've taken it out and I've given it a running, etc. But as you can see, it is the new style packaging and it is one of the new style models. This particular one is Edward, as you can see. Now, a brief history about... Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about Edward, because if I was to detail everything that has happened to him, then this review would go on forever and ever and ever. But brief history, he was, of course, the very first character created in the whole series. Obviously not in the television series. The first character in the television series was Thomas, but the first character in the whole franchise in the railway series was Edward, because he appeared in the three railway engines along with Gordon and Henry, but Edward was the first one to be introduced, so that makes him a very, very important character. And you know, there were so many adventures. Like, obviously there was Edward's exploit where he broke down and then he managed to still take the train home. Oh man, if I can just go on forever and ever and ever about everything that's happened to Edward. So in this review we're just going to be talking about the Hornby model, which is right here. Just look at that. Well, what can I say? It's Edward. Now, first thing I will point out is, of course, many people have criticised the Hornby model of Edward for being an inaccurate well, the fact that Hornby have used an inaccurate basis, because Edward is supposed to be based off a Furness Railway locomotive 440, whereas Hornby have based it off a LNER D49. There are some unusual things. You can see the steam pipes, which are supposed to go down to the cylinders, but there are no cylinders. They are there inside, but not here. So that looks a bit silly. However, in my opinion, Edward is a really nice model. I it does kind of annoy me, the size issue, but as long as it's a good model of Edward, which in my opinion it is, I like it. If you don't like it, then it's fine. Yeah, everyone has their own opinion. But anyway, let's talk about the model. So here's his face. Now, Hornby have updated the face on the new 2015/2016 models, and Edward's was no exception. It looks like his original face, but they've kind of made it more CGI-like. However, it is a really nice face. The lamp irons and the brake pipe were already added when I got it. And then I cannot remove them. Of course, they're supposed to be pushed from underneath, but oh well. The front bogie is very loose. There's no screw securing it, and it will not fall out, but it is a bit annoying. And as you can see, Edward's driving wheels do turn because he is tender driven, just like the old model. However, the only difference is that on the old model it was a ring-filled motor, whereas this one has a much better 5-pole skew-wound motor. And if you had a notice on the box, which is what I just bring back here, he is DCC ready. In fact, all the new Thomas models, the tender engines, are all DCC ready, which is really nice. You get handrails on both sides of the model. The livery, Edward's livery is really accurate. He's got his number 2 there, as you can see, and the blue is very, very nice as well. He's got his whistle there. If you just turn to the cab, you can see that it's not painted, but there is quite a lot of detail there. Now, obviously, they cannot put huge amounts of fancy detail on this because it is essentially a kid's model, but it is a very nice model. Still is. on the back, you've just got odor buffers are of course not sprung, but that's okay. You've got the water filler cap, the brake pipe is already added, and you've got the coal. And as you can see, the locomotive and the tender are permanently coupled by a metal bar which you can unscrew, but you have 2 wires because the driving wheels do pick up. So yeah, on the whole, Edward may be quite large compared to his TV series and railway series counterpart, and of course his base is inaccurate, the Hornby model, but it is still a really nice model. However, let's see how it performs. So here we are at the track, and here is Hornby Edward. Let's put him on. He does have quite a few wheels, but there you go. We're done. So here's what he looks like on the track. Let's select his number, which is number 2. And that's what I've programmed it to. And off he goes. Wow. Now, I did not have the original Edward to compare, but he is a very nice model. His performance is excellent. Wow. He's running beautifully. Really, really smooth. You can hardly hear the motor. Let's get a few line side shots. So yeah, as you can see, he is a very nice performer. In conclusion, I definitely recommend Edward if you're a fan of Thomas and Friends, or if you just want a very nice model of Edward, then go for it. Buy him. He is well worth the money. He's not the cheapest model, but he is well worth the money. He's a really, really nice performer, and although his basis is inaccurate, he still is a nice model. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next review.